If you want employers to call you back, you're going to need to know how to write a professional resume. It's time to clear off your workspace and launch your favorite word processor because I'm going to tell you how to do just that. Writing a professional resume is important because it provides potential employers with a glimpse of what you have to offer and how you are different from everyone else in a short amount of time. I stress the word short because oftentimes resumes are not looked at for very long before they're thrown out. Before writing a resume, you must decide on what type of resume you want to write. There are 3 main different types of resumes, and the type you choose depends on what you want to tell your employer. First is the chronological style. It lists contents in chronological order starting from the most recent to the oldest. This style is best suited for people with a strong work history and who have been working for a long period of time. So if you don't have very much work experience or looking for your first job, you might want to skip out on this one. The next style is a functional resume. This type of resume focuses on your skills and experiences as opposed to your work history. This style is best suited for people who tend to go through long periods of time without a job or those who are just starting out. It helps to hide the lack of experience because it highlights what you're good at and what you can do as opposed to how long you've been working for. So if you're looking for your first job, choose this one. Final style of resume is the combination style. With this style, you list your best skills and experiences first and then leave your work history towards the bottom. This is the most popular style of resume and for good reason. It shows what you're capable of while also providing employers with your work history if they would prefer to look at it. It's a very flexible resume that provides a little bit of everything for everyone. Once you've decided on what style you want to write in, it's time to brainstorm what kind of skills you have that you can put on that resume. If you're really having trouble, look at the essential skills list. It's a list of all the basic skills that people use throughout their daily lives. Just about anything that you do throughout your day can be matched up with one of the skills listed. After you've made a few life-changing realizations about yourself, it's time to actually write your resume. A good resume contains your work experiences, volunteer experiences, your abilities, information about your previous employers, and other necessary details. It also has consistent formatting, which I'll get to later. The easiest way to get started on a resume is to look at an example of a good resume or use a template. There are thousands of ways to get a template and even more templates to choose from, so there shouldn't be any shortage. A good place to find these templates is at the Microsoft Office website. They have a lot of templates to choose from, so take your pick. Once that is all done, it's time to proofread your resume and make sure that you don't become a victim of common flaws. Firstly, make sure your resume doesn't have an apathetic objective that makes it look like you don't care about the job. Spelling errors are also something to watch out for since they'll make you look incompetent, and also make sure that all of your points are detailed and actually applicable to your job. On a good resume, you have a professional email and an objective that looks like you want the job. You'll also have skills that are relevant and useful to your job. It's also a good idea to list volunteer experience and the education that you've earned. All of your points will be detailed, dated, and provide the location of where you earned that certificate, skill, or where you went to school. As a last touch-up, add appropriate titles and bullet points to the specific details in your resume. Once you've gone through it a few hundred times and make sure that everything is top-notch, put your resume in a PDF format for easy access later and to prevent anything from happening from what you've written. If you've done everything you can to make your resume its best, it's time to show it to the world and make some impressions. If you've done it right, you should be hearing back from employers soon.